Hi friends, welcome back. I'm Ericka Champion Wise with Paparazzi Accessories, and we have another special guest today for our elite interviews. I have my good friend and Fashionista. She just ranked up in June, Jennifer Smith. Hey, Jen.
Hey.
So Jen is from North Carolina, lives with her awesome, amazing husband who in just a year and a half in business, she was able to retire from his full-time job. Can we give her a hand for that? Yes. And her two kiddos. She's been in paparazzi for 3 years, Life of the Party Bronze and Crown Club 10. And she is a self-professed thrifty DIY junkie. This girl makes everything that she can. And so we are super excited to learn from her today. Take your notes. Let her inspire you. Let her show you a different way to think about and approach paparazzi. So you ready?
Yes.
All right. Question 1. This one's fun. How did you learn about paparazzi? What was your first reaction? And did you sign up immediately or did you take some time to think about it?
Okay, so I had found this girl in yard sale groups selling, like that's when Frozen first came out, and my daughter was obsessed. So she was selling like a bunch of stuff that she got from China. So like hair brushes with Frozen on it and outfits, and it was right by Christmas time, and I was like, oh my gosh. So I stocked up on all this stuff. So her and I became Facebook friends so I could see when she posted new stuff in the yard sale group. So May came rolling around, and she had made a post that she got a paid-for trip from paparazzi for her husband and her for leadership. And I was like, what company does that, right?
Right.
So, and I knew this girl, and I was like, if she could do it, I could do it. Like, totally could. So I was at the point with us, we were pretty much living beyond paycheck to paycheck. We were living like rob Peter to pay Paul type deal. Yeah. And I had to find something. So I was like, oh, I could totally do this working from home. It's $5. My friends would love it, all that stuff. So I told my husband that I wanted to sign up. And I had never seen a piece of jewelry before. Never even seen it, never touched it, didn't know what it was. Like, all I knew was it was jewelry. It was $5. I was like, I could totally do it. I think God was just so on my heart about signing up that it was just like, you need to jump. If you don't jump, then you're going to regret it. Mm-hmm. So I slept on it for a couple days, trying to scoop up the money to buy the $99 kit. And within 3 days, I joined her of seeing that post. Like, I was like, I'm not waiting. I'm just going to do it. So it was quick.
It was fast. I love it. But when it's right.
Yes.
When it's right.
Exactly.
Oh, I'm glad you followed God's nudgings.
Yes.
Friend to friend. I'm really glad. So question 2, what is your paparazzi why? Has it changed? And will it change in the future?
So my why is something that I love to talk about. I think it's one of the like major building stones in pushing in this company, especially if you're pushing for rank. Mm-hmm. I feel like your why really has to drive you. And I feel like a lot of people don't find their why like right away or think they have it, and it's really not. So my why is my favorite thing to talk about. So it is. I love it.
I love it.
To me, when I found my why, and my why when I started has totally changed. So my why when I started was just really to make money so that I didn't have to go back to work. I had a little girl at home, and I wanted to just stay home with her. My son, I had worked all through him growing up, so I just kind of wanted to be home with my kids. So when I first joined, that was my why. And then I realized very quickly that I could pay bills in just the first couple months. Like, yeah. So I was like, this works. So then my why changed again. And I told my husband, I said, I'm going to retire you one day with this. And he laughed at me. He goes, okay, let's do it.
As they do.
Yeah. So that was my why for a year and a half. I got up every day with that in my mind. It was hard for me to sleep because I wanted it so bad. And that was when I knew I had found like that real why. And within a year and a half, he retired. So it was either like hire a nanny and a maid or retire him. So I like him better. So that's what I did. So I tell everybody he retired to help me with my business, but he really doesn't do a lot with paparazzi. He does a lot on the home and with my kids. My 15-year-old is very neat. He goes to fencing, so he's very in and out all the time. So he runs him. And then my daughter's just very needy. She loves being played with and having friends and all that fun stuff. So
thanks, Dad.
yeah, he helps with her a lot. So, but I will tell you, I had a very hard time when I retired him finding a why again, because it was very difficult to realize what then I wanted, because I was like, well, I'm paying bills like I wanted. I retired my husband like I wanted. And that was a huge, like, one I didn't think I'd hit for a while. So I had a really hard time finding my why. It probably took another 3 months to find something that I was like, oh my gosh, I really want this. And one day, one of my girls messaged me that she had quit her job because of paparazzi, and she was going to be a stay-at-home mom. And that fire got lit in me again, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, this is my why. I want to help other people do this so that they can feel what we feel. So that's what gets me up every morning now, is just knowing my team and the girls on my team, and even not on my team. There's just girls that I've talked to, my success buddy, that help me know that there's like other people out there that want to feel like we feel, and that's what I do.
That's huge. And I can feel it, just the passion oozing out of you.
Well, I don't know if that will change again. I'm sure it probably will.
Oh, probably, yeah, but that's okay. That is awesome. All right, so you know how we are. The next question.
Yes.
What daily habits do you have that have contributed to your success, and what bad habits have you gotten rid of that helped you get to success?
Okay. So my first habit, which we're going to talk about here in a minute, is every morning when I get up, I have to do personal development, and I do it before I go to bed. And I know we're going to talk about that here in a second, so I won't go too big into that. But other habits that I have is just like staying consistent in what you need to do. So time management is huge for me. So as one of the biggest things that I have is I have a schedule, and it might not be a schedule time-based, I guess, because like we are the maker of our own time and things happen.
Yeah.
So it's more of a schedule of what needs to be done first. So that I know when I sit down to work, no matter what time it is, these need to be done first.
So you got your priorities.
Yes, you have to prioritize everything that you're going to do. So those I've done. Another daily habit that's helped me tremendously is adding new friends on Facebook and creating engagement with them. So I run everything off of my personal Facebook page. I know everybody does it different, and which is perfectly fine. That's the way I like to do it. So I add new friends every single day. And when I started paparazzi, I had about 1,200 friends. I had a good little group of networking friends. I was in networking group moms and stuff. And I have, as of this morning, 4,460 something. So
wow.
So close to the 5,000 mark. It's insane.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So now I'm gonna have to start deleting people, but it'll be okay. So just adding those people, and I can tell you that once you hit that $2,000 and $3,000 mark, your live viewers go up, your engagement on just your pictures, which might not seem like it helps you when you're posting a picture about somebody's coffee, like how they like their coffee, and you get 100 people commenting, but it helps tremendously doing those itty bitty little things.
Yeah. So
it's not always about making sure you do something that's directly like for your business, but those little things in between that help your business in the long run. So the one thing I've gotten rid of is my TV time. I am a TV. I know, right? So, but like, I'm going to tell you guys that I binge TV. So I would go days without watching TV. Like I would watch just little snippets of like news or my favorite show or something was on. But when I got onto like Netflix and found me something I loved, I binge it for like
till it's done.
Yes. So last year, 2 years ago, when we went to the Dominican for the first time, when I went to the Dominican the first time, I was binging out on MASH. I love old TV shows. So it was like 4 days before we left. That's all I did was watch MASH. And I was like, oh my gosh, I have to stop. Like, we have to stop. So I have really had to put the nail, like I don't binge TV anymore. I actually don't even watch TV until about 10 o'clock at night when I'm finally getting like calmed down. If by then, if I have a live, I normally am not even getting into bed until 1 o'clock in the morning. And then I watch 1 hour and then I either go to sleep or I read or whatever I need to do for the day. So that's what I've given up as TV time. But
that's hard, but I'm
you live without it though. You can live without TV. Who knew, right?
You absolutely can live without TV, and especially the news. Oh.
Yeah, I never watch the news anymore. Bobby reads it on his phone, and if there's something important, he tells me.
It tells you what it is. That's enough.
That's all I need to know.
I love it. Okay, so I think this one's your favorite question. How much work do you do on personal development, mindset, and personal growth? What does that look like? And why do you think personal development is important to success?
Okay. So I love personal development. It's like my baby. I love it. So how much do I work on personal development? Okay. And personal growth. I say I would probably put in, I don't know. That's so hard because, okay. So if I would the time I allot to focus solely on personal development, it's about 30 minutes a day. Perfect. I do, some in the morning when I first get up, and those are my affirmations. Those are my personal development for me, not for my business. I had to grow very much into the person that I am, and I base that solely on personal development. So I like to read things that empower me. I love to do my daily affirmations, those kinds of things. At night, I read something for my business. So there's a lot of books and stuff. Two of my favorite, I'm gonna give shout outs to two of my favorite. If you need help with your personal side of it, I actually am reading, it's changed. So I'm actually reading Girl Wash Your Face, which is absolutely amazing. Yes, love it, love it, love it. So that book has been like awesome. And then for my business, I always recommend The Compound Effect because that book to me has changed like everything. I love it, love it, love it. It really shows that the little things that you do that we talked about earlier will grow to the big things, even though you don't think they are. They really are. But really, I probably put in a good 2 hours a day because anytime that I am packing or shipping or that I am pulling inventory, I am constantly listening to things on YouTube. There are so many things that you can listen to, so many speakers, podcasts that I listen to. I listen to TED Talks all the time that has different kind of personal development and stuff. So I listen to it all the time. Between that music, between that music, that's all that plays in my house because we don't watch TV. So we don't put TV on because then mommy will sit in front of it and watch it. So, yeah. And why I think it's so important to me is because, like, I can tell the days that I don't do my personal development in the morning. Because when I do my personal development in the morning, like you're like immediately empowered and feel strong and feel like motivated to crush the day and know that you're just awesome. And when you don't do that, you like lose that in the morning. You're like, what is wrong with me? Do I need more coffee? Like, what is going on? So to me, I think it's just so important to remain focused, especially if you're reading something about your business, just to remain focused, to learn new things. I learn new things all the time through personal development, which is so crazy to hear. Because when people hear personal development a lot, I think they think like those like self-help books and stuff. And it's changed so much in even the last like 10 years, how different personal development has been, that it is just so wide that anything you need help on or motivation on, you can find. And it's not like those little self-help books that you're going to get. It's like motivation that will light a fire under your behind.
So much better.
Yes.
And I think a lot of people shy away from personal development because they feel like in order to grow, they must sit and read and spend hours focusing, where you've told us you listen through the day. Mm-hmm. You listen to YouTube, you listen to podcasts. I bet you listen to audiobooks where you may not be paying full attention, but it's still feeding you.
Yes.
And then people need to understand that's an easy way to do it. If you're working in an office, put your headphones in.
Yeah.
Riding in the car. That sort of thing. Yeah. I love it. Personal development is my favorite too. Next one. What was your biggest obstacle in ranking to elite? How did you overcome it? And how can others use your example to overcome their own obstacles?
Okay. So my biggest obstacle in elite and in this business in general, and it's something I actually fight with every single day still, is consistency. I am a procrastinator in the deepest, darkest soul of my heart. Like, I will never go away. It just will not happen. So consistency is always something I struggle with every single day. So what I've done is to like make that go away is I tell people what my goal is, what my plan is, what I'm going to do. So especially with my business aspect of it, especially with my lives, because I'm one of those people where like I do stuff during the day. So when 9 o'clock rolls around at night, I'm tired. I don't want to go live. I just don't want to do it. So I have had to tell my team, my kids, my husband, like, I'm going live these days. If I don't do it, like, you tell me I'm horrible. Like, just do it, you know? So, like, my kids will be like, Mom, what are you doing? Aren't you supposed to be getting ready for your live? You go live in an hour. And I'm like, oh, yes, I do. So consistency is so hard for me, but I feel like if you tell people your plan, and having that big why helps because you know what you're being consistent for, you know what you're doing, and seeing the results when you stay consistent. So you're not going to see results right away, pretty much in anything. Like you might have a really awesome live as soon as you start, or you might have a really awesome party. But if you don't continue to do that, that stuff's going to dwindle down. So I always am like, I know even if I have a bad party, I had that FaceTime with my customers. I got to chat with them. The next one might be better because I was consistent in doing that.
Right.
Yes. So that is my biggest obstacle, especially with ranking to elite, because I had to teach my team to be consistent as well. So if I'm not consistent, they're not consistent. Because as much as you don't think they watch you all the time. They're like, well, that girl's telling me to go live and I did not see her go live at all this week. Or she's asking me to order and telling me to order these awesome pieces, but she has not shown any of those awesome pieces, which means she has not ordered. So you need to make sure that you're consistent and your team watches you, and that's the best way to hit elite, and then just keep going after that. If you don't add team members, they don't. So the consistency in everything is what helped me get to elite, and that was my biggest obstacle.
That's awesome. Oh, I like it. And that example.
Yes.
Gotta set that example. Everybody, they watch us.
Yes.
Like a hawk.
Yes, all the time.
And speaking of they watch us, a lot of consultants come to us as elite and ask how we're successful and how they can be successful.
Right.
I think I know what you're going to tell them, but what would you like to tell them?
So I was reading this and it was so funny because we just came back from convention and there's so many Papa Sisters that we see in elevators and hallways and they want to absorb everything. And I'm the same way. Like I still learn from everybody. I still learn things from a star consultant. Like we still learn things all the time. So they were like, oh, especially once Wednesday hit and we did the gala and everybody's like, oh, wait, you walked for Fashionista. I'm like, yeah. They're like, okay, well, how'd you do it? And I'm like, well, you just got to go live. You got to talk about the business all the time, not in a business sense. You have to talk about the business in a personal sense. I constantly still post when I can fill my gas tank because of paparazzi. Because even though, like, we live paparazzi, literally, like, everything we do has to be paparazzi because we don't do anything else. My husband doesn't work anymore. So, but people I still don't think get that. Like, I don't know where they think money's coming from. But yeah, I was like, so I still post when I can fill my gas tank because of a party. I still post when I get to spend time with my kids because I don't have to go to work. So I tell them to do that. I tell them to do it consistently because they're always like, oh, I go live. I post about the opportunity. And I was like, okay, well, how often? And they're like, oh, I don't know, like once or twice a week. I'm like, no, I post about the business every single day.
Every day.
Every single day. I post about something. If I don't have something to share because I've been sick and laying in bed, first off, that's something you can share. You know, you didn't have to call off work today. But I find another paparazzi sister or a teammate that's posted something and I share it. So I always tell them, and they're always like, oh, consistency. I'm like, yes, we do.
Everything comes back.
We do everything that a star consultant should be doing. It's the exact same thing, just on a larger scale. So that's what I tell them. I'm like, there is no secret. Trust me, if there was, like, everybody would know it because I tell everybody everything. Right.
Right.
I'm like, share the wealth with everybody. So everybody would know if there's this big old secret. There is not. Like, it's just doing those basic things. And it's not even crazy things. It's just basic things every day, and doing it consistently is always what I tell everybody.
Like Rick Rigsby said at convention, do it well.
Yes.
Do the little things well.
That's all it is.
That's it. Yeah, they don't believe us though, do they?
No. Nope.
You heard it from her. Believe us. We're not lying, I promise.
Yes.
Is there anything else you would like to tell anyone or encourage anyone or anything that's on your heart you need to share?
So especially if you are trying to build a team, I tell people never judge a book by its cover. Never look at someone's profile or think of someone when their name pops in your brain. Never be like, oh, they're not going to want to join my team. Because I am a perfect example. I never bought a piece of jewelry, never talked to this girl about the opportunity ever, ever, ever. The first message I ever sent her was, what is this company that is sending you on this trip? She told me. She literally just told me what it was. She said Paparazzi Accessories. That was it. She wasn't like, it's $5 jewelry. It wasn't nothing like that. And it was like 2 days later, I signed up underneath her. So I'm odd. So you're not going to get that all the time. I'm going to tell you, I'm odd.
I love it.
Yeah. So it's never judge a book. I tell my team to make a dream team list. So a dream team list is top 30 people when you're just thinking about people that if you could snap your finger, no matter what, they would join your team. No matter about money, no matter about what they're doing, anything like that. So write their names down, put down beside them why. Yeah, it's awesome. I have a dream team list. Yes, it's awesome. So you put down why. Like, why would you want them to join? Are they great stay-at-home moms? Are they positive all the time? Do they rock at do they love jewelry? Do they rock at their other direct sales company? It does not matter. I write it down and send them a message and just tell them that they're on your dream team list. Be like, if you're on my dream team list, if I can snap my finger, you join my team. This is why I think you'd be awesome. I'm not trying to recruit you. Just letting you know, I think you'd be awesome in this business. If you ever have any questions, let me know. I will tell you that almost every single person on my dream team list either tells me that they're grateful for knowing that and then eventually join my team. Or they tell me they join my team. Or they just say, that's awesome, thanks. I, love whatever I'm doing. So that is totally a great way to not negatively reach out to people.
Yeah.
People don't care if you reach out to them like that. Don't be spammy. I hate spammers. Don't be spammy. And then when those people say yes or no, you can take them off your dream team list and replace them with someone else. So you always have 30. Yes. So that is the biggest thing that I would say to people that I don't think they think about. I think that people think about like they have to wait till people comment on their post. Yes, I'm interested. It takes a lot for someone to reach out to you. It takes a lot of gumption. Yeah. So most of them are just sitting in the sidelines, just waiting, asking for them to reach out to them. Don't feel like you are spammy reaching out to somebody like that, because the way I've gotten around that, because I'm very introvert and I'm very much, I don't want people not to like me because I'm reaching out to them about this opportunity. And I had to learn that this opportunity has saved my husband, brought him home from a job he absolutely hated. He was miserable. He had super high anxiety. He was on all sorts of medication. Like, he takes nothing now. He loves life. Like, sometimes he wants to go crazy because of our kids. But, like, it saved him. It's paid my bills. It pays all of our extras. It pays for us to go to vacations. You're taking that away from somebody, not messaging them and letting them know what it is.
Right.
Like, that's what it is. You are taking away that opportunity for them to do what you're doing.
Because you are scared. Because you are scared of being spammy Patty. You are withholding from somebody.
Yes. If you're genuine with someone, you're not spammy. Don't don't send that spam message. But if you're genuine with them, that's not spam. So so that's my biggest thing.
That is, I have written that down. I'm gonna let you know. I got a lot of notes on here. I am going to be doing that one. Yes. I have learned something today. That is amazing. Oh, thank you so much for doing this. Thank you for pouring into me today, and to everyone who's going to watch this on YouTube. I am grateful for you. And you ready?
I'm pumped now. It's morning.
You ready for A-lister?
Yes, I'm pumped.
We'll do this again when you're A-lister.
Yes.
Thanks.
Get ready then, because it's coming.
All right.